Okay. So, two questions planned for today. Both are from mergers and acquisition. Section A questions, not very difficult. I think West Parlay, the one that we did on last Sunday, is the more difficult one of the lot. This is an easier question. Open your this thing. Open your exam kit. I think I have sent you a copy, right? Now, I'm writing the names of the questions that I want you to read. The first question that I want you to read right now is a question called Opao Company. OPAO, Opao Company. ठीक है. It's an M&A question. अच्छा question है. पहले ये question आप पढ़ेंगे. उसके बाद there's a question called Chikepe Company. But don't read both questions together naturally. I'll give you 5 to 6 minutes. Read question one. Sorry, read Opao Company first. अच्छे से उसको पढ़ो end to end and then we'll do it together. Not a very tough one. We'll follow that up with Chikepe Company. ठीक है? आप पढ़ना start करो. I'll give you 5 minutes. ठीक है? Read it carefully and don't try to solve. Try to think about what all calculations are required and what all working notes you will make in this. ठीक है? Please start. चलो. This is the question that we are looking at. Distinguish between a management buyout and a management buy-in and discuss why Opao Company's board of directors might have sold Burgut Company through an MBI. Explain what portfolio restructuring and organizational restructuring involve and discuss possible reasons why the change in the type of shareholders may have made Opao Company change from being a conglomerate to one focusing on just two business sectors. 5 plus 6, 11 marks, theory M. Prepare a report for the board of directors of Opao Company which estimates the value of Opao Company and Thai Company before acquisition and of the combined company after acquisition, 10 marks. Percentage gain in value for each Opao company share and Thai company share under each of the cash, share for share and mixed offers, and then evaluate the likely reaction of Opao company and Thai company's shareholders to the acquisition offer. Professional marks will be awarded for demonstration of skill in communication, analysis evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen. Now, around 7 years ago, Opao Company, a private conglomerate company involved in many different businesses, decided to obtain a listing on a recognized stock exchange by offering a small proportion of its equity shares to the public. Before the listing, the company was owned by around 100 shareholders who were all closely linked to Opao Company and had their entire shareholding wealth invested in the company. However, soon after the listing, these individuals started selling their shares in Opao Company, and over a 2 year period after the listing, its ownership structure changed to one of the many diverse individual and institutional shareholders. As a consequence of this change in ownership, Opao Company's BOD commenced an aggressive period of buying of the period of business reorganization through portfolio and organizational restructuring. This resulted in Opao Company changing from a conglomerate company to a company focusing on just two business sectors, financial services and food manufacturing. The financial press reported that Opao Company had been forced to take this action because the change in the type of shareholders. The equity market seemed to support this action, and Opao Company's share price has grown strongly during this period of restructuring. After growing very slow initially, Opao Company recently sold a subsidiary company Burgut through a management buy-in, although it also had the option to dispose of Burgut through a management buyout. In a statement, Opao Company justified this by stating that Burgut Company would be better off being controlled by the MBI team. Opao so ये जो first three paragraphs है, I think this is just SBL chap time pass, right? There isn't anything from a calculation perspective. Maybe when it comes to a numerical, so when it comes to the theoretical part, of course, we'll have to go to it. But from a calculation perspective, I don't see anything here. Opao Company is now considering acquiring Thai Company, and details of the proposed acquisition are as follows. Thai Company is an unlisted company involved in food manufacturing. Opao Company's BOD is of the opinion that the range of products produced by Thai will fit very well with its own product portfolio, leading to cross selling opportunities, new innovations, and a larger market share. The BOD also thinks that there is a possibility for economies of scale and scope, such as shared logistics and storage facilities, giving cost saving opportunity. This, the BOD believes, will lead to significant synergy benefits, and therefore, it is of the opinion that Opao company should make a bid to acquire Thai company. Financial information related to Opao company, Thai company, and the combined company. Opao has 2000 million shares in issue, which are currently trading at 2.5. What does Thai company have? Thai company has 263 million shares in issue, and the current market value of its debt is 400 million. Its most recent profit before interest and tax was 132 million after deducting tax allowable depreciation, non-cash expenses of 27.4 million. Thai company makes an annual cash investment of 24.3 million in non-current assets and working capital. It is estimated that its cash flows will grow by 3% annually for the foreseeable future. Thai company's current cost of capital is estimated to be 11%. You need the value of equity of Opao and Thai before acquisition. ठीक है, कैसे करेंगे? ओपाओ कंपनी का तो आई थिंक वैल्यूएशन इज वेरी सिंपल. 2000 शेयर्स आउटस्टैंडिंग इनटू मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ 2.5 पर शेयर, 5000 तो क्लियरली आ जाएगा. नॉट अ बिग डील. लुक एट टाई कंपनी. टेल मी विच मेथड डू यू थिंक? Is it the PE ratio based method, or is it using the cash flows as a base? What will you use here?
Cash flow as a
Cash
base.
flows.
You will have to use cash flow as a base. Now, what do you have? You have 132 million as profit before interest and tax. Okay. But after deducting tax allowable depreciation of 27.4 million. Now, if you want cash flow, you have profit, you want cash flow, what you will do is you will add back the amount of depreciation. You will add back 27.4. Okay. Then, so that will give you cash flow from operating activity. There is new cash investment of 24.3 million, right? So that means you are purchasing new non-current assets, and for working capital you are spending 24.3, so you will subtract 24.3 million. Tell me, after doing this, acha, one more point here. The company currently, does it pay any tax? See this, because this is profit before interest and tax, right? Do you have information of tax? Yes. Both companies pay tax at an annual rate of 20%. 132 is PBIT. You add back depreciation, you subtract the amount of tax, and you also subtract the annual cash investment in working capital and non-current assets. ठीक है. तो इसके बाद tell me what is the free cash flow of the company?
$108.7.
Okay. And what information is given to you? They have told you that the estimated cash flows will grow by 3% annually for the foreseeable future. Current cost of capital is estimated at 11%. Is it cost of equity or cost of capital? Cost of capital hai, right? If it is cost of capital, then do you agree with me that if you discount using this 11% का rate, it will give you value of the company? Right? Value of equity नहीं मिलेगा. You are discounting using cost of capital. You will get value of the company. ठीक है. Now this is a growing perpetuity. 108 point whatever जो number आया आपका into 1 plus 3% divided by 11% minus 3%. Right? That is the present value of a growing perpetuity. Calculate करो.
$1399.51.
Can we make it 1400? Round off कर दो, आप भी खुश हम भी खुश. Now, is everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 1400 is the value of the company. Why is it value of the company? Because you have discounted using cost of capital, not cost of equity. अब उसमें से remove the debt part. 400 million is the market value of debt. ठीक है. तो tell me the equity value of the company. 1000 million.
1,000.
Correct. And what is the total number of shares? कितना shares है?
263.
263 million. So can you tell me price per share?
3.8.
3.8. What did they ask you? Estimate the value of equity of Opao and Tai before acquisition and of the combined company after the acquisition. Have we been able to calculate the values of the individual entity? ठीक है, एक बार देख लो. Look at the calculations done here. ओपाओ का देख लो, टाई का देख लो. वी ओनली डिस्कस्ड इट जस्ट नाउ, कुछ नया नहीं किया है उसमें. ठीक है, just what we discussed. Now let's look at the combined company. If Opao company acquires Thai company, it is expected that combined company's sales revenue will be 7351 million in the first year and its annual pre-tax profit margin on sales will be 15.4% for the foreseeable future. ठीक है, कंबाइंड कंपनी सेल है ना, जो कंबाइन कंपनी है उसका सेल कितना होगा? 7351 million इन द फर्स्ट ईयर. एनुअल प्री टैक्स प्रॉफिट मार्जिन ऑन सेल्स इज 15.4. After the first year, sale revenue will grow by 5.02% every year for the next 3 years. It can be assumed that the combined company's annual depreciation will be equivalent to the investment required to maintain the company at current operational levels. ठीक है, so you will add back depreciation of 100 and you will then subtract the investment in non-current assets to maintain the current level of activity. Plus 100 minus 100 zero हो जाएगा, right? So, and by the way, we have done this adjustment like 100 times so by now. In order to increase the sales revenue each year, the combined company will require an additional investment of 109 million in the first year and 0.31 for every $1 increase in sales revenue for each of the next 3 years. ठीक है, every 0.31 for $1 increase in sales revenue for each of the next 3 years. Now, can you do one thing? Use this paragraph, ठीक है? You know that sales revenue is 7351 in T1, है ना? And it is growing by what percent? It is growing by 5.02% each year. Can you do one calculation for me? लिखो T1, T2, T3, T4. Start with 7351 and keep on adding 5.02% to it. करो एक बार. Sit with your Excel sheets open because the effort now also has to come in from your end. You should be able to tackle the questions independently. हो गया calculate?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now what is the... Acha, tell me the numbers.
It is 772081078514.
Okay. Then ठीक है. Let's talk of the second year, right? Sorry, now second T2, T3, T4 हो गया. 15.4% is pre-tax profit. Calculate pre-tax profit. हो गया?
Yes, sir.
टेल मी द फिगर्स। क्या है आपके फिगर्स फॉर ईयर 1 2 3 4?
6219, 6531, 6859, 7203.
Everyone, did you get these very numbers?
So I got 1132 in
Okay,
year one, 1188, 1248, 1311.
those are correct.
Same here.
Then subtract 20% tax and give me the post-tax operating cash flow.
Then, sir.
ठीक है, चलो. So the post-tax operating cash flow, tell me how much is that?
For first year, it is 905.6. Second year, 951. Third
Hmm.
year, 998.85. Fourth year, 1048.99.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now I want someone else to participate in this discussion. चलिए, who will do that? I want someone to calculate the increase in sales. ठीक है, Priya, calculate the increase in sales for year 2, 3, and 4 and tell me the figures. Just the increase in sales, nothing else. Vishrut, can you tell me the increase in sales for T2, T3, T4?
Sorry, sir, I'm traveling right now. I'm also attending the class.
Okay. Seher, tell me the increase in sales.
So increase will be sales value into 0.31%, right?
Tell me the value of increase in sales. I'm not asking additional investment. My question is tell me increase in sales.
I'm calculating, sir.
सैयद आपका हो गया?
So we will do T2 minus T1 multiplied by 0.31.
But I'm not asking for increase in, I'm not asking for investment ना, I'm asking for increase in sales. सिर्फ उतना ही पूछा है मैंने.
Samir.
हम्म.
Sir, for T2 it is 369, then
Mhm.
386 and 409.
Okay. Now, what is the statement? In order to increase the sales revenue level each year, the combined company will require an additional investment of 109 in the first year and 0.31 for every $1 increase in sales revenue for each of the next 3 years. तो 109 में उतना आपको ऐड करना पड़ेगा. So now calculate the difference. That difference into 0.31. What is that 0.31? कैसे आएगा? 36 जो भी आपका 369 आया, that into 0.31 should basically tell you the additional investment. See, what is the word? The additional investment is. They haven't said investment increases by. They have said additional investment should be or is how much? 0.31 for every $1 increase in sales revenue. So basically, this will be your calculation. यहाँ पे आया आपका increase in sales. Increase in sales is T2 का sale minus T1 का sale. 369.02, 387.55, 406.99. This into 0.31 will give you the additional investment का value. ठीक है. How is this calculated? This is basically into 0.31. Now, see, what does this help you to achieve? This helps you to understand कि यार, in my calculations, I know what is additional investment. मेरा post tax operating cash flow आ गया है. I have additional investment. I can get free cash flow for T1 to T4. उस पे I will apply the 10% discounting factor. I will get my discounted cash flow. ठीक है. Now, please understand that this is just one part of the question. right? Because there is still a lot more that has to be done. After the first 4 years, it is expected that company's free cash flow will grow by 2.4% annually for the foreseeable future. Combined company's cost of capital is expected to be 10%. ठीक है, तो पीवी ऑफ T1 to T4 का कैश फ्लो ले लिया आपने, DCF of these four items together, present value of cash flows year 5 onwards. How will you do that? You know this is a growing perpetuity. Year 5 का, sorry, T4 का free cash flow लो, add 1 plus कितना percent है? It is growing by how much? 2.4% annually. 1 plus 2.4% divided by 10% minus 2.4%. ठीक है, this will give you the so when you apply this formula to a perpetuity which starts at T5, it will give you T4 का value. इसको multiply करो with discounting factor, you will get present value of cash flows year 5 onwards. कहाँ पे पहुंचे आप? You reached 8492. What is the total value of the combined company? Total value of the combined company is T1 to T4 का PV plus T5 to infinity का PV. Yes, Priya.
So the additional investment for year 4, I think it is same as year 2, but it would be 126.79, right?
Sorry, हाँ,
Okay.
126.17. Fair enough. ठीक है. Now, this is the total value of the combined company. They are saying that debt to equity ka, ratio is 40 is to 60. So debt is 40, equity is 60. So equity value of the combined company is total company value into 60%. 6719. है ना? 11,198 into 60% gives you 6719. Are you with me? You might find them rounding it off to 11,200. You might find them writing this as the value of equity. Utna chalta hai. That much they are okay with. That is not a problem. What was the question? The question was value of equity of Thai company and Opao company before acquisition, combined value of the entity after the acquisition. So that much part is for 10 marks. Then estimate the percentage gain in the value for each Opao company share, Thai company share under each of the cash, share for share and mixed offers. What are the possible acquisition offers? Opao Company's BOD is proposing that Thai Company's acquisition be made through one of the following payment methods. Cash payment of 4.4 for each Thai company share through a share for share exchange where a number of Thai company shares are exchanged for a number of Opao company shares such that 55.5% of the additional value created from acquisition is allocated to Thai company's shareholders. Remaining 44.5% of additional value is allocated to Opao company shareholders through a mixed offer of cash payment of 2.09 per share and one Opao company share for each Thai company share. It is estimated that Opao company's share price will become 2.60 per share when such a mixed offer is made. Similar acquisitions in food and manufacturing industry have normally attracted a premium of between 15 and 40% previously. They want you to calculate percentage gain for Opao and Thai under each of the three offers. पूरे 12 marks का है. See, cash offer में there aren't too many marks allocated to that, but share for share और इसमें रहेगा. ठीक है. Now, what is the cash offer? Each shareholder of Thai company gets 4.4 per share. But before we do this, now you should always calculate the synergy that is created. What is the value of synergy? Value of combined company 6719 minus value of Thai minus value of Opao. 6719 minus 6000 which is 719. ठीक है, ये तो चलो ये निकाल के रख दो, it will come in handy later. Now, a cash payment offer of $4.4 for each Thai company share. ठीक है, a person who has one share, how much cash is he getting from Opao company? He is getting 4.4 per share. Now you have done the calculation. Tell me, before acquisition, what is the price per share of Thai company?
3.8.
3.8. So the value of the share is 3.8 and each shareholder is getting 4.4, है ना? तो what is the gain in absolute terms? कितना gain हुआ? बताओ।
0.6.
0.6. Percentage term 0.6 upon 3.8. How much is the percentage gain?
15.7.
Okay.
16%.
15 or 15.78, whatever that percentage comes to. Now understand one thing. Okay. Opao company had whatever number of shares. Thai company had how many shares? Thai company had 263 million shares. Okay. Each shareholder got 4.4. है ना? And earlier he had how much? Earlier each shareholder had 3.80. So what is the gain that each shareholder got? The gain that each shareholder got was 4.4 minus 3.8, that is 0.6. So if I were to talk here, Thai company shareholders को total gain कितना मिला in the acquisition? Can I say it is 263 million into 0.6, that is 157.8? Is that about right?
Yes.
है ना? And total value that was created during the acquisition was how much? Total value created during the acquisition was 719, out of which 157.8 is attributed to Thai company shareholders. That means remaining amount will be attributed to shareholders of Opao company. Do you agree? 719 minus 157.8, 561.2 goes to shareholders of Opao company. Now, value of Opao company before acquisition is 5,000 and these shareholders got a gain of 561.2. So, percentage gain to the shareholders of Opao company 561.2 upon 5,000, that is 11.22%. Absolute value terms में it appears like the bigger portion of the gain, but in percentage terms it is only 11.22, whereas Thai company shareholders got 15.79% का gain. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अब what else is there? अब शेयर फॉर शेयर ऑफर है, ठीक है? थ्रू अ शेयर फॉर शेयर exchange where a number of Thai company shares are exchanged for a number of Opao company shares such that 55.5% of additional value created from acquisition is allocated to Thai company's shareholders and remaining 44.5% of the additional value is allocated to Opao company's shareholders. ठीक है? अब total value created during the acquisition is 719. उसका 55.5% goes to Thai company, 44.5% goes to Opao company. करो split and tell me how much does that come down to? 719 का 55.5% निकालो, 44.5% निकालो.
$395.45 and 319.95.
399 point something and 319 point something. That's the split. Okay. Now tell me, I hope you are writing this down. Huh? Tell me, what is the value of Opao company before acquisition? You must have
5,000.
5,000. How much more are you giving them? Plus 319. ठीक है? So post acquisition value becomes 5319. Do you agree? है ना?
Yes.
Post acquisition value becomes 5319. Now, Opao company के original shareholders, how many shares did they hold? They held 2000 shares. Now observe what is happening here. Total additional value created due to synergy gain 719. This we have already calculated here. यहाँ पे निकाल लिया है. इसमें का 55.5% goes to Thai company. So 719 into 55.5%. ठीक है? And 44.5% goes to Opao company. वो भी कर लिया आपने. ठीक है? Now, Opao company's value before acquisition was 5,000. In the acquisition, the share of gain, the share of synergy gain that went to them was 319.96. तो total post acquisition value कितना है? 5319.96. Correct? shares held by original shareholders of Opao company 2000. So value per share for each shareholder of Opao company is how much? It is very simply 5319.96 divided by 2000, 2.66. ऐसे ही आएगा, right? So this is what? This is post acquisition value 5319.96 divided by shares held 2000. ठीक है, कितना है? 2.66 है. Now, Opao company acquires Thai company. ठीक है. And what does it do? It gives its own shares to the shareholders of Thai company. So, Opao company will acquire shares of Thai company और वो shareholders को it will not give cash, it will give its own shares in exchange. तो अभी जो original shareholders of Thai company थे, what Opao company did was उनसे Thai company का share ले लिया and in exchange you gave them the shares of Opao company. Now, do you agree? ओरिजिनल शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ ओपाओ कंपनी के पास ओपाओ कंपनी का शेयर है एंड शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ टाई कंपनी के पास भी अभी ओपाओ कंपनी का शेयर है. डू यू अग्री विद दिस?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Everyone now holds shares of Opao company only. Thai company के shares कंपनी ने खरीद लिए. All the individual shareholders now hold shares of Opao company. Now the question is, after acquisition, how many shares will there be in the combined company? है ना? Shares already held by shareholders of Opao plus shares issued to shareholders of Thai. Do you agree? कंबाइंड कंपनी में कितना शेयर होगा? शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ ओपाओ उनके जो शेयर्स थे दोज विल बी देयर प्लस यू विल ऐड शेयर्स इशूड टू शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ टाई कंपनी. नाउ शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ टाई हैव आल्सो बिकम शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ ओपाओ. तो उनके पास जो शेयर है, डू यू अग्री, उसका वैल्यू विल आल्सो बी 2.66. इट कैनॉट हैव अ सेपरेट वैल्यू, राइट? सो आई एम ओपाओ, यू आर टाई कंपनी, यू आर शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ टाई कंपनी. मैंने तुमसे शेयर ले लिया एंड इन एक्सचेंज व्हाट डिड आई गिव यू? आई गिव यू शेयर्स ऑफ ओपाओ कंपनी. तो तुम्हारे पास भी ओपाओ कंपनी का ही शेयर है. यू ऑल्सो हैव शेयर्स ऑफ ओपाओ कंपनी एंड नेचुरली यार सारे शेयर्स का वैल्यू इज 2.66, राइट? नाउ थिंक अबाउट टाई कंपनी शेयर होल्डर्स. उनका वैल्यू कितना था? प्री एक्विजिशन इक्विटी वैल्यू. उनका प्री एक्विजिशन इक्विटी वैल्यू था 1000. ये एक्विजिशन हुआ, उनको सिनर्जी गेन कितने का मिला? दे गॉट सिनर्जी गेन ऑफ 399.05. तो पोस्ट एक्विजिशन उनका वैल्यू कितना है? पोस्ट एक्विजिशन द वैल्यू एट्रीब्यूटेबल टू देम इज 1000 प्लस 399.05. करेक्ट. नाउ हाउ मेनी शेयर्स? अभी उनका वैल्यू है 1399.05 पोस्ट एक्विजिशन एंड ऑल ऑफ देम होल्ड शेयर्स ऑफ ओपाओ कंपनी विच जिसका वैल्यू है 2.66. तो हाउ मेनी शेयर्स शुड बी एलोकेटेड टू देम? डोंट यू थिंक you will have to allocate 1399 divided by 2.66, right? Basically what I am saying is ओपाओ कंपनी के शेयर होल्डर्स के पास वैल्यू कितना है? हाउ मच वैल्यू डू दे गेट? दे हैव देयर ओरिजिनल 1000 प्लस द सिनर्जी गेन दैट वेंट देयर वे विच वाज 399.05. उनको कितना वैल्यू मिलना चाहिए? उनको 1399.05 मिलना चाहिए. दे होल्ड शेयर्स, वैल्यू ऑफ ईच शेयर इज 2.66. तो आप हाउ मेनी शेयर्स वुड यू इशू टू देम ऑफ प्राइस 2.66 so that their value is 1399? 1399.05 upon 2.66 मिलेगा 525.95, whatever you round it off to 526. Think about it. Shareholders of Thai company, what were they holding? Shareholders of Thai company held 263 million shares. Against these they got 526 million. उनके पास 263 था, उनको मिला कितना? 526. What is the share for share exchange ratio? Share for share exchange ratio is 2:1. That is, for every one share held in Thai company, they got two shares of Opao company. ये second question है जिसमें we are doing this kind of an analysis. इसके पहले भी एक question में किया था. Do you remember? अब
Karen company.
कैरन कंपनी, कैरन कंपनी बट थोड़ा और कॉम्प्लेक्स था एक्चुअली. दिस इज इजियर एज कंपेयर टू दैट. आपको पूछा क्या है? आपको पूछा था estimate the percentage gain in value for each Opao company share and Thai company share under cash, share for share and mixed offer. अब यहां पे आप देखो, ये जो if you talk about the share for share offer, the percentage gain तो you could calculate here in value. Sorry, percentage gain was given to you. Value you calculated. But आपको पूछा क्या था? आपको पूछा था कि per share what is the value that you people have earned, right? So should your answer stop here or you should check something? मतलब are you required to calculate something else also? कि इतने में ठीक है? बताओ. Is that all? Acha, by the way, before we go into anything else, are you okay with the 2:1 ka ratio? Does that seem fair to you? What do you think? 2:1 ratio mein, do you have a problem? I don't know what went wrong. Something did. Where were we? Huh. I was asking you, are you okay with the 2:1 exchange ratio? Tell me that. Or you want to ask something? पूछ लो.
सर ये तो हमने एक्सचेंज रेशियो कैलकुलेट किया है ना, बट
Hmm.
क्वेश्चन इज टेलिंग अस टू कैलकुलेट द परसेंटेज गेन पर शेयर.
करेंगे वो तो करेंगे बट आर यू ओके विद द एक्सचेंज रेशियो फर्स्ट.
Yes, sir.
अब लेट्स कैलकुलेट द परसेंटेज गेन. ठीक है. फॉर ओपाओ कंपनी कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है. सो वैल्यू पर शेयर प्री अक्विजिशन 2.5, वैल्यू पर शेयर पोस्ट अक्विजिशन 2.66. ठीक है. 2.5 and 2.66. So gain is 2.66 minus 2.5 and percentage gain is 0.16 upon 2.5, which is 6.4%. Correct? Same thing for Thai company. Before acquisition इनके पास क्या था? Before acquisition they had so value pre-acquisition. ठीक है. What did you have? You had each shareholder had one share of 3.80 each. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई पीपल कुड बी बर्स्टिंग क्रैकर्स. दिवाली हो गई, सब हो गया, क्या पागलपन है. इंडिया का मैच नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. न्यूसेंस वैल्यू. ना. व्हाट हैपेंड पोस्ट एक्विजिशन? ईच शेयर होल्डर ऑफ टाई हु हेल्ड one share in Thai company got two shares in Opao company. ठीक है. So value received post acquisition is two shares of 2.66 each. How much will that be? 2 into 2.66. 5.32. Correct. Now, what is the gain? Gain will be 5.32 minus 3.80. 1.52. ठीक है. So your percentage gain will be 1.52 upon 3.8, which is 40%. So ये 40% and ये 6.4%. This is the percentage gain. यहाँ पे कितना था? You had 11.2 to 15.79. Here you have 6.4 and 40%. ठीक है, मेक सेंस?
Yes, sir.
Last thing, there is the mixed offer. Through a mixed offer of a cash payment of 2.09 per share and one Opao company share for each Thai company share. ठीक है, so you get cash of 2.09. ठीक है, and one Opao company share for each Thai company share. It is estimated that Opao company's share price will become 2.60 per share when such a mixed offer is made. So, what is each shareholder of Thai company getting? Each shareholder of Thai company in the mixed offer is getting, for one share held, you are getting 2.09 cash. For one share in Opao company, you get one share in Opao company for every one share held in Thai company. Uska value hoga 2.6, right? So total value earned by each shareholder of Thai company 2.6 plus 2.09 is 4.69. ठीक है, value before acquisition was 3.80. Gain per share is 4.69 minus 3.8 divided by 3.8 is 23.42. ठीक है, अब ऑब्जर्व, आर यू विथ मी टिल 23.42 ऑल ऑफ यू?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
टोटल सिनर्जी गेन था 719. 263 million shares held by Thai company and each one got a gain of 0.89. So total gain attributable to them is 234.07. टोटल गेन था 719. गेन attributed to Thai company is 234.07. Gain attributed to Opao company will be टोटल सिनर्जी गेन कितना है? 719 माइनस gain attributed to Thai 234.07. कितना बचा? 484.93. परसेंटेज गेन इज 484.93 डिवाइडेड बाय ओरिजिनल वैल्यू ऑफ 5000. 9.7% का गेन है. ठीक है, एक बार देख लो मिक्स्ड ऑफर को. ठीक है, now we could make like a summary table here. Cash offer, share for share, and mixed offer. Summary of acquisition offers for Opao and for Thai. ओपाओ कंपनी को कैश ऑफर में कितना गेन हुआ? 11.22, इसको 15.79. 11.22%. 11.22%, 15.79%, 6.4%, 40%, and 9.7%, 23.42%. ठीक है, so this is offer description. ठीक है, you might need this data in the future to answer. You will need this data in the future to answer one part of the question. तो मैंने summary बना के रख दिया है. We'll get into it in a minute. ठीक है, that part is evaluate the likely reaction of Opao company and Thai company's shareholders to the acquisition offer. Similar acquisitions have attracted a premium of between 15 and 40%. Now, with that in mind, look at this. What do you think will happen? Who will accept? Who will reject?
Uh, Thai company will accept.
I think they will accept each of the offers made
No,
because
they will accept the first two, sir. cash offer and share for share.
They can accept the third one also. It still lies between 15 to 40%, no? All the three offers lie between 15 to 40%. Cash offer is at the lowest and share for share offer gives the highest value. See, because that offer gives them the highest benefit, they are most likely to be attracted to that offer. But see, you will see whenever you have a mergers acquisition question, now make it a point to write that the success of this offer or the success of the scheme depends upon the ability of the company to realize the synergy gain. Then mention karo ki whenever you go for share for share exchange, that value could fluctuate. But when it comes to when it comes to a cash offer, at least there is certainty. The percentage gain could be less, but at least you have a certainty. And mixed offer is somewhere in between. I think Opao companies shareholders they benefit less in the acquisition process, right? Barely, like how much? 11.22%, 6.4% and 9.7%. उनको आधा भी गेन नहीं मिलता है. They will prefer the mixed offer, maybe, or they might prefer the cash offer, depends. They are least likely to prefer the share for share offer. Thai company would love this the most, whereas these people would despise it the most. Right? They had asked you likely reactions. एक बार पढ़ लो. Just one moment, guys. आप देख लो. So a management buyout is when people inside the company buy a stake in the company. A management buy-in is when people outside the company buy a stake in the company. Now, why do you think Opao company's board of directors might have sold Burgut through an MBI and not an MBO? What could be the reason behind it? Basically, the question is a very clear, it has a very clear expectation. They are asking you, tell us why is MBI preferred over MBO? सो आपको एमबीआई के एडवांटेजेस वर्सेस एमबीओ के डिसएडवांटेजेस को एक साथ लिखना है, बट इट हैज टू बी आंसर्ड विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू फैक्ट्स ऑफ द केस. ठीक है. अब सी, buy we discussed what is buy in buy out, but Opao company may have sold Burgut company through MBI for the following reasons. Opao company's BOD may have felt that Burgut company's current management team lacked fresh ideas and strategies which could have driven Burgut company forward successfully. Instead, it may have felt that a fresh team with skills and expertise gained externally would have had the required innovative ideas and skills. It may be that the external team of managers may have had the finance to move quickly, whereas the internal team of managers may not have had the finance in place to purchase Burgut company at that time. It is also possible that management teams within Burgut and Opao had disagreements, so they thought it best to use this approach. ठीक है. Question क्या था? Question was, why do you think they preferred selling the company through a management buy-in? So benefits of or advantages of MBI over MBO आपको बताना है, and this is exactly how the answer has to be framed. Now, there is one part of the question which is left, which is explain what portfolio restructuring and organizational restructuring involve and which possible reason and discuss possible reasons why the change in type of shareholders may have made Opao company change from being a conglomerate to one focusing on just two business sectors. See, organizational restructuring is corporate failure and internal reconstruction that we saw. Need not necessarily be triggered by corporate failure, but reorganizing your divisions, ekhada, shutting down a particular area, starting shops in another area, or changing the internal structure, reporting structure, just reclassification. That is internal reconstruction. What is portfolio reconstruction? See, when I when I'm an investor, I have my portfolio of investments. What are these portfolio? उसमें क्या होता है? शेयर्स है, बॉन्ड्स है, गोल्ड है, सिल्वर है, ऐसा बहुत कुछ है मेरे पोर्टफोलियो में. Now, when I say portfolio restructuring, that means I will make changes in my allocation of money in all of these different investments. I might enter a new sector, like right now, I don't have any real estate. So I might think of entering the real estate sector. So that is basically a way in which, business entities can bring about a change in their risk structure, not by changing the debt equity proportion, not by making these amendments, but specifically by changing the areas in which you are investing. मतलब अभी जैसे I want to start my own classes, and that is the education sector. But if I say मुझे portfolio restructuring करना है, I will enter publishing also, I will enter food industry also. That is portfolio restructuring. They are asking you, what is the question? Please understand. Question है, uh, why the change in type of shareholders may have made Opao company go from being a conglomerate to one focusing on just two business sectors. A conglomerate is someone like Reliance or someone, yeah, Reliance is the best example because they are invested in everything. They are in entertainment, oil and natural gas, telecommunications, सब चीज में उनका existence है. Right. So what is portfolio? What is organizational restructuring? We discussed, and why this type of shareholders may have made Opao company go from a conglomerate to focused on a specific sector. See, shareholders usually take the burden of diversification on themselves. Here, if I'm investing in, say, TCS, I'm investing in them because they are experts in IT, and I want growth of capital appreciation in the IT space. If TCS tomorrow decides कि नहीं मैं I will get into hotels also, आई विल से नहीं यार, तुम्हारा एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है, वो डाइवर्सिफिकेशन मैं देख लूंगा. आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ द डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, यू फोकस ऑन योर बिजनेस. सो विथ रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स दे आर मोर लाइक कि यार देखो, हमें इस बात से फर्क नहीं पड़ता. व्हाट वी वांट इज, we have invested in you because you specialize in this field, so give us more returns in this field. That is what they would say. They wouldn't want diversification, we'll take care of, you don't do it. So that is why they would prefer, retail shareholders right now, they would prefer focus in a particular sector because the diversification part they would want to handle themselves. ठीक है, एक बार पढ़ो इसको. Remind me to tell you something about theory questions and answers. ठीक है. With me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Now, the second question that I want you to, ये समझा आपको ओपाओ कंपनी?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट आई वांट यू टू डू इज चिकेप कंपनी. ठीक है, एग्जाम किट का ही क्वेश्चन है, इट्स अ लिटिल बिफोर दैट वन, उसके एक दो पहले का नंबर है वो. 8 या 9 ऐसा कुछ है. Go through that question. We'll then discuss it together. ठीक है. I'll give you 5 minutes. Start. पढ़ लिया क्वेश्चन कि नहीं
Yes,
पढ़ा
sir.
अभी भी? 10 hours you will take to read one question. चलो देखते हैं अभी. कहाँ चला गया? हाँ, ये है चिकेप कंपनी. Compare and contrast the reasons for opinions held by Director A and by Director B, and discuss the type of synergy benefits which arise from the acquisition strategy suggested by Director B. Discuss how using real options methodology in conjunction with NPV could help establish a more accurate estimate of the potential value of companies as suggested by Director C. बात तो क्लियर थियोरी दिख रहा है. Prepare a report for the board of directors of Chikepe company which estimates the current equity value of Foshoro, estimates the equity value arising from combining Foshoro and Chikepe, and evaluate whether the acquisition of Foshoro would be beneficial to Chikepe shareholders, and discuss the limitations of the valuation methods used in C1 and C2 above. Now, Chikepe is a large listed company operating in pharma with a current market value of equity of $12,600 million and a debt to equity ratio of 30 to 70 in market value terms. Institutional investors, matlab corporates, hold most of the equity shares. The company develops and manufactures antibiotics and antivirals. Both the company and its products have an established positive reputation among the medical profession, and its products are used widely. However, its rate of innovation has slowed considerably in the last few years, and it has fewer new medical products coming into the market. At a recent meeting of the board, it was decided that company needed to change its current strategy of growing organically to one of acquiring companies in order to maintain the growth in its share price in the future. The members of BOD had different opinions on the type of acquisition strategy to pursue. Director A was of the opinion that Chikep should follow a strategy of acquiring companies in different business sectors. She suggested that focusing on just the pharma sector was too risky, and acquiring companies in different business sectors will reduce the risk. Director B was of the opinion that Director A's suggestion would not result in a reduction in the risk for shareholders. In fact, he suggested that this would result in agency-related issues with Chikep company's shareholders reacting negatively, and as a result, the company's share price would fall. Instead, Director B suggested that Chikep company should focus on its current business and acquire other established pharma companies. In this way, the company will gain synergy benefits and thereby increase value for its shareholders. Director C agreed with Director B but suggested that Chikep should consider relatively new pharma companies as well as established businesses. In her opinion, newer companies might be involved in R&D of innovative products which could have high potential in the future. She suggested that using real options methodology with traditional investment appraisal methods such as net present value could help establish a more accurate estimate of the potential value of such companies. ठीक है. The company has asked its finance team to prepare a report on the value of potential target company Foshoro before making a decision. The first part of the question is compare and contrast the reasons for opinion held by A and B and discuss the types of synergy benefits which may arise from acquisition strategy suggested by Director B. ठीक है, तो वो 7 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है, फुल ऑन थियोरी है, नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बट वो बाद में देखते हैं. Foshoro is a non-listed pharma company established around 10 years ago. Initially, Foshoro grew very rapidly, but this rate of growth slowed considerably 3 years ago after a venture capital equity backer exited the company by selling its stake to the founding directors. The directors had to raise substantial debt capital to buy back the equity. The company's current debt to equity ratio is 60 to 40. This high level of gearing means that the company will find it difficult to obtain funds to develop its innovative products in the future. The following financial information relates to Foshoro: sales revenue, PBIT, interest tax, PAT. In arriving at profit before interest and tax, Foshoro deducted tax allowable depreciation and other non-cash expenses of 112 million. It requires a cash investment of 98 million in non-current assets and working capital to continue its operations at the current level. 3 years ago, Foshoro's profit after tax was 83.3, and this has been growing steadily to their current level. Foshoro company's profit before interest and tax and its cash flows grew at the same growth rate as well. It is likely that this growth rate will continue for the foreseeable future if Foshoro is not acquired by Chikepe. Foshoro company's cost of capital has been estimated at 10%. If you observe here, profit after tax is 83.3 3 years ago. Right now, how much is the profit after tax? 91. Correct? है ना? 83.3 है versus 91 है. Now tell me, if you have the PAT now and you have PAT n years ago, can you estimate the growth rate? Do you have a formula that helps you to calculate that?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is the formula?
Dividend today upon dividend 1 years ago raised to 1 upon n minus 1.
Correct. So here you don't have dividend, you have profit after tax. So PAT now divided by PAT n years ago raised to 1 by n minus 1. 91 upon 83.3 raised to 1 by 3 minus 1. ये जो raised to 1 by 3 है, that is because it is 3 years ago, right? करो calculate, tell me the growth rate. कितना आया बताओ ग्रोथ रेट. So much time you require for such a simple calculation. सैयद कितना आया ग्रोथ रेट बताइए.
तो 7.7.
कैसे कैसे आया 7? ये देखिए ग्रोथ रेट क्या आना चाहिए. 91 अपॉन 83.3 रेस टू 1 बाई 3. आप लोगों ने ऐसे किया होगा. 91 अपॉन 83.3 रेस टू 1 बाई 3 माइनस 1. ऐसे कुछ किया होगा है ना. हाँ तो कैसे आएगा. इफ यू रिमेंबर व्हेन आई टॉट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट डिडंट आई स्पेसिफिकली टेल यू जो रेस टू 1 बाय n है उसको अलग सेल में इक्वल टू 1 बाय 3 इक्वल टू 1 बाय 4 लिखो. आप लोग सुनते क्यों नहीं हो. आई नेवर अंडरस्टैंड. इसमें से करो -1. आया 3%. क्या यार.
Yes, sir.
कहाँ है आपका ध्यान. Nobody is paying attention. Now, what is your PAT 91, right? Current PAT is 91. Add back non-cash expenses and depreciation 112. Subtract 98.2. That will give you free cash flow, right? कितना है आपका फ्री कैश फ्लो प्लस. हाँ सब यू हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट. अच्छा एक सेकंड. प्रॉफिट आफ्टर PBIT minus tax will give you profit. मतलब इट विल गिव यू प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. उसमें आपको ऐड करना है डेप्रीसिएशन एंड नॉन कैश, सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है इन्वेस्टमेंट. बताइए PBIT 192.3, राइट. From this subtract 20% tax. Don't use PAT directly because interest is very much a part of our discussion ना. वो नहीं हटाना है अपने को. interest is a cash expense. So 192.3 minus 20% of 192.3 है ना, 153 point whatever, उसमें plus 112 minus 98.2, you will get free cash flow, है ना. Once you get free cash flow, what will you do? क्या करेंगे फिर? How much does that grow at? कुछ दिया है आपको?
Growth rate we'll add.
And how much is the growth rate? We calculated the growth rate as 3%, correct?
Yes.
Very good. So so whatever that number is, free cash flow into 1 plus 3% करो, divided by cost of capital minus 3%. Cost of capital कितना है कंपनी का? Cost of capital is 10%. So won't your answer look something like this? Free cash flow to firm, because we need value of the firm. We don't need value of equity. We need value of the company. ठीक है. So PBIT minus tax plus depreciation non-cash minus investment, you will get your answer. ठीक है. उस पे now you know how perpetuity with growth has to be handled. आपका value of the company आएगा 2466.67. See, why are you calculating value of the company? वो भी समझो. आपको cost of capital दिया है, they have not given you cost of equity. आप directly equity value नहीं निकाल सकते. When you divide by 10% or when you use 10% as the discounting factor, it gives you value of the firm. See, if you are calculating value of the firm, the item in the numerator should also be PBIT, right? So the value in the numerator should be cash flow to the firm, not free cash flow to equity. Do you understand the difference between the two? Free cash flow to firm and free cash flow to equity. आपका डिनोमिनेटर में अगर पूरा WACC है, that means equity and debt दोनों है, तो the number in the numerator should also be framed accordingly, right? Which is why you are not. See, when you do profit after tax as the starting point, na, so that, see, profit after tax belongs to whom? Profit after tax belongs to equity shareholders, correct? तो प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स को आप डिवाइड करो बाय कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी एंड यू गेट वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी, दैट इज इक्विटी वैल्यू. आपके पास डिनोमिनेटर में कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी नहीं है, आपके पास डिनोमिनेटर में WACC है. सो द न्यूमरेटर शुड ऑल्सो बी एन अमाउंट दैट इज फ्री कैश फ्लो टू द फर्म, not free cash flow to equity, which is why you calculated it this way. उसका 40% is equity, 2466.7 into 40%, 986.7 is the equity value of the company. ठीक है. दिस डिस्टिंक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कहाँ पे द आंसर दैट कम्स इज वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म, वेयर इज इट वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी, ये वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी है, कहाँ पे टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी है, ये समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अदरवाइज इवन आफ्टर नोइंग एवरीथिंग यू विल एंड अप मेकिंग अ मिस्टेक एंड दैट इज नॉट समथिंग वी वांट. करेक्ट? डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ ये लास्ट 3-4 मिनट का बड़बड़?
Yes, sir.
पक्का? वरना बस आई एम टॉकिंग एंड नो बडी इज लिसनिंग. 2-3 people बड़ी मुश्किल से आर पेइंग अटेंशन इन क्लास. आई डोंट नो व्हाट द अदर्स आर अप टू इन लाइफ. ये हो गया आपका. Estimate the current equity value of Foshoro 6 marks. Estimate the equity value arising from combining Foshoro company and Chikepe company. Once Chikepe acquires Foshoro, it is predicted that company's sales revenue will be 4200 million in the first year and its operating profit margin is going to be 20%. Okay. After the first year, sales revenue is expected to grow at 7% for the following 3 years. It is anticipated that after 4 years, growth rate of combined companies' free cash flows will be 5.6%. 4200 को 7% से इंक्रीज करो, राइट? फॉर ईयर 1, ईयर 2, ईयर 3, ईयर 4. ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट निकालो, सब्ट्रैक्ट द अमाउंट ऑफ टैक्स, राइट? डेप्रीसिएशन का एडजस्टमेंट, एडिशनल इन्वेस्टमेंट इन नॉन करंट असेट्स भी दिया ही होगा कहीं पे, दैट एडजस्टमेंट इज ऑलवेज देयर. हाँ, combined companies tax allowable depreciation is expected to be equivalent to the amount of investment needed to maintain the current level of operations. Neither subtract nor add. However, as the company's sales revenue increases over the 4-year period, the combined company will require an additional investment in assets of 200 million in first year and then 0.64 per dollar one increase in sales revenue. Do I need to tell you how to calculate these?
No, sir.
No, we
No,
are
sir.
only सॉर्टेड ऑन दैट वन, ठीक है। सब्ट्रैक्ट करके मिलेगा आपको फ्री कैश फ्लो, T1 टू T4 का वैल्यू निकालो, देन T5 टू इन्फिनिटी का वैल्यू निकालो, T4 का कैश फ्लो लो, इट इज ग्रोइंग बाय व्हाट परसेंटेज, इट इज ग्रोइंग बाय 5.6%। सो माय गॉड, ये नागपुर में ना ये कीड़े वीड़े पता नहीं कहाँ से आ जाते हैं, सो इरिटेटिंग। एनीवे, एक सेकंड ना, नॉट दैट आई एम स्कैर्ड बट आई नीड टू एंश्योर इट डजंट बाइट मी, गिव मी अ मिनट। यहाँ पे तो सांप बिच्छू केकड़ा सब निकलता है, वेरी स्कैरी। एक बार तो नोएडा में भी निकला था मेरे घर के यहाँ पे सांप। ओके, स्टिल बेटर देन लेपर्ड्स एंटरिंग द हाउस। व्हाट वर्ल्ड। Okay. So, can we estimate the total market value of the company? Yes, we can. And debt equity is 30 is to 70. So, 70% will be the equity value. इसका ना मैंने solution, we have to do the discounting part. The only thing is we don't know what is the rate to be used for discounting. वो एक थोड़ा सा challenge है यहाँ पर, ठीक है। It can be assumed that asset beta of the combined company is the weighted average of individual companies' asset beta weighted in proportion of the individual company's value of equity. It can also be assumed that capital structure of the combined company remains at Chikepe company's current capital structure level, which is debt equity ratio of 30 is to 70, ठीक है। अब दोनों कंपनी का asset beta दिया है 0.8.95. They have said asset beta of combined company is weighted average of asset beta of two companies. And what are you supposed to use as weight? The market value of equity you are supposed to use as weight. Now, इसका मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी ऑफ फोशोरो कंपनी है 986.7, है ना। एंड मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी ऑफ चिकेप कंपनी इज हाउ मच? यहां पे दिया है इट इज 12,600, राइट, है ना। So can we use this information to calculate the weighted average beta? I believe we can. Beta of Chikepe into equity proportion of Chikepe plus beta of Foshoro into equity proportion of Foshoro. 0.811 is the weighted average asset beta. अब asset beta को convert करो equity beta में using the formula, right? Because अपने को WACC चाहिए, we'll need the cost of equity. Cost of equity के लिए we'll need the equity beta. Asset beta is equity beta into E upon E plus D into 1 minus tax. Combined company में क्या बोला है? Combined company में debt equity is 30 is to 70. वो लगाया, you arrive at the equity beta of 1.09. Using CAPM, RF plus beta times RM minus RF करो, you will get cost of equity at 9.63%. Are we at least that much prepared in AFM कि अभी I don't have to give you time for understanding this? इतने लेवल पे है हम प्रिपरेशन में अपने,
Yes, sir.
that we
Yes, sir.
understand how to move from asset beta to equity beta and vice versa. I think
Yes, sir.
after spending so much time we don't have, जरूरत नहीं पड़ना चाहिए to teach you how to calculate WACC 9.63 cost of equity into 70% plus 5.3 into 1 minus 20%. Why? Post tax cost of debt into 30% will approx give me 8% as my WACC. अप्लाई करो, कंपनी का वैल्यू निकालो, मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ कंबाइंड कंपनी, उसका 70% इज मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ इक्विटी। मेक सेंस? अब
Yes.
द स्टेज दैट वी आर एट इन आवर जर्नी, ऑनेस्टली ये सारे एडजस्टमेंट्स हमने इतने बार कर लिए हैं। विच एडजस्टमेंट्स? depreciation investment in non-current assets, additional investment, calculation of WACC, moving from equity beta to asset beta to equity beta, इतनी बार हो गया है कि अभी नया कुछ करने का रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए, मतलब दैट शुड बी सेकंड नेचर फॉर यू। जैसे डेबिट द रिसीवर क्रेडिट द गिवर आपको पता है, ऑन द सेम लेवल दिस शुड ऑल्सो बी रेडी इन योर माइंड एंड यू विल गेट द, मतलब दिस शुड नॉट बी अ डील ब्रेकर इन द पेपर। पेपर में व्हाट कैन बी अ डील ब्रेकर की यार कुछ ऐसा पूछ लिया जो आपने कभी सुना ही नहीं था, बट दीज थिंग्स आर सो रूटीन एंड सो रन ऑफ द मिल that you should not be spending any more time on this. ठीक है. Evaluate whether acquisition of Foshoro company would be beneficial to Chikepe's shareholders and discuss the limitations of the methods above. ये कैसे करेंगे? Whether acquisition is beneficial to them or not. What do you think should we write here? See, if we want, whenever we want to comment whether this acquisition makes sense or not, you should first of all now always try to calculate the value generated in acquisition, which is post acquisition value, which will include synergies minus value of individual companies. What is post acquisition value? 14993 minus value of individual companies 986.7 and 12600, right? वो सब ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा आपको. Tell me, how much is that?
$1406.3.
Let's write it as 1406. ठीक है, 1406 is basically my synergy gain, correct? 1406 मेरा synergy gain है. Now, how will it be split between Chikepe and Foshoro? कैसे
So
करेंगे?
30% premium for Foshiro company.
कहाँ लिखा है ये बताइए? Chikepe company estimates that it will be able to acquire Foshoro by paying a premium of 30%. So, gain attributed to Foshoro, उसका प्री एक्विजिशन वैल्यू इंटू 30%. कितना है उसका प्री एक्विजिशन वैल्यू? 986.7 है ना. 986.7 इंटू 30%. टेल मी हाउ मच इज इट?
296.
296. So gain attributed to Chikepe कितना होगा? 1406 minus 296. Tell me how much is that?
1102.
1102, 1100, जो भी, मतलब something around this number. Now you can answer whether this offer will be attractive for the shareholders, or will it, what kind of value will it create? है ना? So again, if you observe, see the kind of language also that has been used. देखो आपको सेम टाइप के आंसर्स मिलेंगे. पूछा क्या है आपको? They have asked you evaluate whether acquisition would be beneficial and discuss the limitations of C1 C2 above. Acquisition will be beneficial or not, तो उनका percentage gain calculate करो. How much is Foshoro getting? How much is Chikepe getting? And then talk about the limitations of the methods, right? ये देखो एक बार. Read the limitations of methods. Same ही है अभी. See, the questions are getting repetitive now. ठीक है. quite repetitive है ना, सेम assumptions की realization of synergy gains and वही वही points पे बार बार अभी questions आ रहे हैं. Compare and contrast the reasons for opinion held by Director A and Director B and discuss the type of synergy benefits which may arise from acquisition strategy suggested by Director B. अब A जो बोल रहा है, A is saying conglomerate diversification, B is saying कि go in the same method, and is in go and acquire companies in the same sector, don't go for a different sector, and talk about the synergies that you will get when one pharma company acquires another pharma company. You don't need my help for that. Second thing, ये जो second part of the question है, discuss how using real options methodology in conjunction with NPV could help you give a more accurate estimate of potential values. I think all they are asking you is how to incorporate real options in investment appraisal, which can very easily be tackled by reading the answer at the back. You don't need my help for that. ठीक है, ये आपको खुद से करना है, बिकॉज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ऑल ऑफ दिस. अभी थियोरी का बार बार डिस्कस करके नथिंग न्यू इज कमिंग योर वे. Now, one thing that I wanted to discuss with you is with respect to the theory answers. So I'm done with solving the question.